Welcome to our live stream, and today we're going to be discussing what's wrong with my YouTube niche. So we've had a lot of people inside our community asking us the question, how do I find my niche? How do I find a profitable niche? And really struggling with this, picking the perfect niche for their YouTube channel. Now we're going to start doing more and more of these lives. So if you want to be able to ask me questions or want a channel review on your channel, or if you want me to dive deeper into a question that's going to help you grow on YouTube, come and join our community. You can post your questions in there, and then I'll do full breakdowns like this live for you, where you can ask me questions while we're going, and I can dive into solving your problem and helping you grow your YouTube channel. So let's jump into the community so we can have a look at what Boris has asked us today about what's wrong with his niche. And if you want to join the community, I'll leave a link for you down below in the description. So he's asked what's wrong with his DIY electronics niche. Now, Boris has a really cool channel. He makes videos about electronics. It's called DC Sets. And he's making some really cool videos breaking down 3D printing and then the electronic side of the DIY. So if you want to go and have a look at his channel, you can go over to DC Sets and have a look. But let's dive into his question today. And there are a few things that we need to break down in this what's wrong with his niche, but let's see what he has to say, and then I'll take you through it inside of YouTube. So he said he's tried to dive deeper into his competitors and review and find trends for good video ideas, which is exactly what we discussed in one of our live calls with him. And then he says, to his surprise, even some high quality videos in this niche are getting very, very few views. And here are a few examples. Now he's given us 3 channels to look at, and they are big channels. And it's really nice to dive into these ones and look at why are they getting so little views when they have 2 million subscribers, 150,000 subscribers, and 600,000 subscribers. So there are a few things that we can dive into here, and I'll break them down for you and explain to it. One of the big ones is ghost subscribers. So if you don't know what ghost subscribers is, I'll explain the concept to you and help you with a few tips and tricks to avoid the ghost subscriber track. And then it's diving more into human behavior and psychological behavior. So understanding what is actually going on in your viewer's mind and why people don't stick around forever. So that's something else to think about as you build out your YouTube channel. Okay, so we've got a few people live here jumping into the comments. So you can ask whatever questions you want, and I can dive into them after I've gone through the questions in the community. So if you're in the live and you're in the comments, let us know if you are in our community and what you think of the community. So we've got a hi from Shivam. Shivam, how are you doing? X live is going down. What should I have to do? My channel name? Okay, we'll have a look at your channel once I've gone through Boris's questions. So let's dive into this. Okay, so the first channel he shared with us is The Wrench. And if you're in the live, let us know where you're tuning in from. What country are you from? It's always cool to know where everyone is. And if you send me your channel name, just let me know a little bit about your channel. So what kind of videos you make and like what direction do you want to take your channel. That'll just give me a bit more context when I open up your channel, and then I can give you some more direct feedback. Okay, so The Wrench, let's have a look at this channel. 2 million subscribers, 400 videos. His most popular videos has 14 million views, 14 million views, 10 million. So really, really successful channel. Then what I like to do is go and look at when did he start publishing videos on YouTube. And that was eight years ago. So they've been publishing videos for a long time. And this is where I think the ghost subscriber thing comes into play. So you can see latest videos, 3,000 views, 13,000, 37,000, 22,000 on 2 million subscribers. So way below his subscriber counts. And then let's look and see if he's got any outliers. So any videos that are performing really, really well as an outlier. So we're looking for breakout videos, probably over 100,000. There's 150,000 9 months ago, 140,000 9 months ago, 112,000. So 3 or 4 breakouts, which are like way more than the normal average on your channel. So you'll see the average is probably around 20,000 a year ago. And if we get closer in, 12,000, 30,000, 16,000, 80,000. So yeah, about 10, 20,000 is the average or the norm after about a month or two. So the thing with ghost subscribers that you need to understand is people will subscribe and be interested in the topic, but a lot of people over time lose interest in the topic, or if you don't publish enough videos, then they don't stick around for that long. So that's something to think about. If you can stay consistent in your publishing, you're going to have less ghost subscribers. But if you don't stay consistent in the type of content, so if you post a whole lot of videos about making lamps with 3D printers, and then you change from lamps to starting to make 3D printed basketballs, it's a very different topic within your niche. So the people that were interested in making lamps might not be interested in the videos about making basketballs. So think about that as how do we keep it really focused for our audience with exactly what they want to watch and enjoy. And this is going to become easier as you get to know your audience better. So, Boris, some things for you to think about when you're looking at these ideas to avoid having too many ghost subscribers is what videos do my core audience or my true fans really, really value? And that's what you want to focus on. Making videos that they love to watch, that they, when they see it on their YouTube homepage, when you publish a new video, they can't resist but click on your video and start watching it. That's how we want to think about creating our channel and growing out your video library as you publish more videos. So there's the first one. Really good channel, really good thumbnails. So you can learn a lot from his thumbnails. They're simple, they're clean, and that's obviously going to get you way more clicks. What I really like about the thumbnails is there's one main focus, and everything else is to make that the main focus. So this mini turbojet fan, that's a really nice example. Look how the thumbnail draws you in to the main thing. DIY tiny console. It's showing you how tiny it is because he's got his hand in there, so you can see size comparisons straight away. But it's simple. All the focus is on the middle of that. So really, really nice thumbnail, so you can get some really cool ideas. I love how he uses the colors, the yellows, the reds. You can see as soon as there's red, he started to use orange in these last three. As soon as there's a color there, it kind of draws you in and makes it interesting. That's going to help you stand out when your thumbnails are on the homepage next to other YouTube channels. So let's look at the second channel, Pro now. 150,000 subscribers, 300 videos. And they started this channel 6 years ago. So also been publishing for a long time. And the nice thing is when you go back and look at where a channel started, look at their thumbnails when they first started out, and then go back to latest and look how much that channel has improved their thumbnails. So any channel that's successful, you can learn so much from what they're doing and what's actually happening in there to get them the growth, get them the views, and get traction for their YouTube channel. It's also very nice, simple, easy to understand thumbnails, and not too much. The thumbnails aren't too busy, which is really nice. Whereas you look at these old ones, look how busy these thumbnails. It's really hard to see within a second or two what's going on. Then you've got to read, and they're like 10 words, 12 words. Try and keep your text to 3, maybe 4 words max, much easier to understand. And you can see they're doing it here. 1 word, 3 words, 2 words, 3, 4 words there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words there. So much, much better. You can see how far they've come. Probably also the ghost subscribers, and then I'll get into the time. So someone who's subscribed to a video 6 years ago that they watched, the likelihood of you keeping them for 6 years watching your videos, you would have to be really, really good at captivating them in the storytelling and keeping your content fresh all the time. So over time, people lose interest in subjects and lose interest in what they're watching and what they consume on YouTube. You will see even your viewer behavior changes over time. So you get really interested in a certain topic like snowboarding, and then you're interested in it for a month or two, and then summer comes along and the snowboard goes in the back garage, and you start doing other things and thinking about other things and finding new interests and discovering new things. So you can't keep your audience engaged forever. So things are going to change as time progresses, and that is where some of your ghost subscribers will come from. They'll watch your first or second video, and then they lose interest, or they don't get engaged, or you don't publish videos for a while, and they go and find another creator and start watching them. So it's really hard to keep a channel that's grown over years with all your subscribers fully engaged. So you will start getting a few of those ghost subscribers, and that's okay. Let's dive into this last channel. Then I'm going to share with you how to choose the right niche so you don't have too many ghost subscribers, and you can create that loyal, true fan audience that's going to give you the best way to be able to monetize your channel. So this is our last channel. They've got 600,000 subscribers with almost 600 videos. They have been on YouTube for 9 years. So they've been on YouTube for a really, really long time. And 4,000 views, 8,000 views, 8,000, 9,000. So on 600,000 subscribers, views are a little bit low. Their outlier, there's a 20,000, there's 100,000 4 months ago. So also over 100,000, probably their outlier. And these outliers can give you so many good ideas for how to focus your niche in the beginning. So what did he cover in this video? And look at the last 10 and then look at this one. Why was this video an outlier? What is interesting, or what are people interested in watching in this specific video? So it looks like the biggest upgrade in 12 years, and maybe it's a certain topic of your niche that your audience is really interested in. So that kind of research goes a long way for what kind of videos you can make in the beginning. We don't want to compete directly with these big channels. And the best way for you to not compete directly is to talk about a similar topic, but make it more specific. And how can you make it more specific? Well, think about all the people you don't want to talk to in that topic, and then exclude those people and think about who's left. What's specific about them? How can you talk from your experience or a story or something that you have achieved or failed in your journey, and share that with them? The more unique your videos are, the more likely people are to stick around and become those true, loyal, trusted viewers that you really want, and avoid the ghost subscriber trap. Now, with choosing your niche and being focused, so Boris, on your query, your niche is not dead. Those channels are old and it's hard to keep it up. What you want to do, and every niche is different, is to find your baseline for your videos. So what is a baseline for a good video? So you've got 300 views, 1.1 thousand, 1.3 thousand, 3.8 thousand, so 15,000, so a nice outlier there. Think about your baseline is probably about, let's say, 1,000 views on a decent video that's engaging with your audience. So you have 500 subscribers, 1,000 views is you performing really well. It shows your channel is growing and people are interested in your videos. Especially for only 13 videos, you got 500 subscribers, and you're averaging like 1,000 views per video. That's really, really good. So you want to dive into the videos that are outperforming. So like your 15,000 views, why were people interested in it? Was it the soldering, or was it something, a skill that you taught in the tutorial of how to solder? Can you now make more videos on a similar topic because your audience has told you they are interested in, hey, please teach me how to solder? And especially how intricate it is and detailed it is, you can, from your experience, say, maybe do a video on the 7 biggest mistakes when soldering your first motherboard or tech item or whatever you want to call it in your electronics. A mistakes video is really good. So these are the mistakes I made. You don't need to make them when you're first starting out. So think about that. That's one thing to do. And then the listicles are really nice. So the 5 best steps to doing your first soldering, or 3 things to think about when you are soldering, or the mistakes. I always go back to the mistakes because they perform really well as titles. So 3 mistakes all newbies make when they're soldering, or 5 ways to solder like a pro. I really like those listicle videos because they're really easy to do. And you have your 5 or 7 points that you want to talk, and you can go through them, and they make really good clickable titles. So think about doubling down on this kind of topic. And then let's see, what else did you have? So yeah, it's not dead. And you just need to find what your audience is currently interested in. What could have happened is the trends over 9-10 years, these channels have been around for that long, the trends might have changed. So find out what people are currently watching in your videos. And that's where you can look at outliers, and a tool like vidIQ is really good for showing you the outliers. If you're interested in looking at the outliers in vidIQ, I'll leave a link in the description down below. It's a tool that we use to do research and find outliers. And those outliers are going to show you videos that are performing really well recently. So in the last week or two, they've been performing really well. And that's who you really want to find, because that's what your audience is currently interested in, and talk about those topics that they're interested in right now. So it's relevant to them. If you have any other questions, once I've gone through this deep dive, you can pop them in the comments down below, Boris, or you can ask them in the community, and I'll be happy to dive deeper into the topic or help you find a niche or focus within your niche so you can be unique and help you build trust and grow the channel. You're doing an amazing job, so keep up the good work. And if you have any other questions, we will talk about them in the community. Okay, so Shivam, let me have a look at your channel and see what we can search. So your channel name is EXE Live 22. Okay, so straight away, when I arrive on a homepage, I'm trying to find out, can I tell within a second or two what your YouTube channel is about? So it looks like a gaming channel. And is this your avatar? And then I'll go into the about section. Okay, so you haven't told us in your description of your channel, what is your channel about? If you're going to do live streaming gaming videos, what kind of videos are they? What kind of people are interested in it? Talk about that in your description and let us know. Also links. So do you want to link to a product or to your social media, or what are you growing? So you've got your Instagram and Facebook here. Do you want people to go over to your Instagram if they're interested in your channel and start following you on 2 different platforms? So think about putting a link in there. Let's have a look at your videos. Okay, so you published 10 days ago, a month ago, 9 months ago. Okay, so consistency is going to be really important. You need to show up, especially in live stream gaming videos. You need to show up consistently in order to grow your audience. So that's a big thing that you could focus on, is let's get consistent. Let's create a schedule or a plan to get more consistent on my channel so I can grow my channel. Then have a look at your outliers or your most popular videos. Why were those your most? So this is a how-to tutorial, probably search, very, very short. So I would stick to your gaming and have a look at your outliers. So there's 100 views 9 months ago, 93, 155, 300 views. Okay, so that is 3 years ago. But what did you do? Your thumbnail looks a whole lot better, yeah? So you can do some work on your thumbnails. That'll definitely get you more clicks. And think about, it's so important to be able to put more time and effort into your thumbnails. If you go and spend, these are all short videos. So say you make a 5-minute video. Here's a 7-minute video. I don't know how long that took you to make, but let's say it takes you 10 minutes to go live, record it, and then you want to do a little bit of editing. So say you spend 20 minutes editing that. So you spend half an hour to an hour invested in this. How long did you spend making that thumbnail? Because if you spent 2 or 3 minutes making the thumbnail, but you spent an hour making the video, your time is a bit out. Because if no one clicks on your video, all the time you spent making your video is wasted. So you always want to 80-20. You want to spend 80% of your time on the 20% of actions that get you 80% of the results. So spend more time on your thumbnail, your title, and how do I package this video to make it interesting for someone to watch? Why would someone watch this video? Think about that. Why do people want to watch my videos? What value am I providing for them? If you're going to be doing live streaming gaming stuff, you're entertaining people. So you need to entertain them and give them a reason to stick around and watch your videos. Cool. Thanks for everyone who stuck around for the live stream. If you aren't in our community yet, come and join so you can ask your questions. You can ask for a full channel review and I can do a breakdown, give you ideas on your channel and help you all grow. Hope you all have a great rest of the day and we'll see you in the next video.